Brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
The old man shuffles through a box of papers, records of all the phone calls he'd made to Chamorro Land Trust applicants and leaseholders. Each slip of paper tells a story, a date, time, information about how he says he helped the people, many of them Manumco, navigate and better understand the maze of paperwork and procedures it takes to apply for Chamorro Land Trust land. David Camacho, the controversial Deputy Director of Land Management, banned from the Chamorro Land Trust by the CLTC board.
Deputy Director of Land Management be recused and removed and no longer involved in any way in any of the approvals, decisions, or in any way manage our Chamorro Land Trust program or staff.
Camacho says he struggled with his emotions at that meeting, and he says he's been made into a scapegoat for the CLTC controversy.
I left the meeting because of that. I don't want to do anything drastic in front of the public. But to mention my name in public, that she doesn't know what I'm doing, that's a big surprise to me.
Vince Leon Guerrero, a special assistant to the governor detailed to the CLTC, says he feels where Camacho is coming from.
Being caught off guard and called out publicly, I can understand where he would feel a little bit hurt.
Camacho and board chair Pika Farron both confirmed they had a sit-down in which Farron apologized to Camacho. Today, he tells KUAM News he's still a little bitter about being chewed out in front of a packed house at the meeting.
My family's hurt and all those things. Some of them feel bad about it. Even the wife. But whatever comes, we'll face it.
He was reprimanded publicly at the meeting for signing off on 17 land trust applications that involve switching dates and times, something that's been standard practice since the inception of the Chamorro Land Trust. According to Leon Guerrero, Camacho signed off on some of the switches when he was acting CLTC administrator in 2014, while former administrator Monty Mofness was terminally ill. Camacho said everything he signed was done by the book, even if it was in violation of public law.
It comes from the land agent to the land administrator to me for approval, but on the approval that I've done, I make sure that there's a certified notarized document from the leasee or from the individuals that's asking to treat.
While Camacho and DLM Director Mike Bora have taken the lion's share of the blame for the CLTC controversy, Camacho says the blame should be shared from the top to the bottom. Here he references the AG's opinion declaring leases not signed by the board void.
The board members and the chairperson should have questioned those things. We have issued out so many leases, and they know that we have issued out so many leases. Why didn't they question where's the lease? Well, how come we didn't sign it?
Now Camacho is out in the cold, barred from having anything to do with the Chamorro Land Trust. Leon Guerrero and Borja both agreeing Camacho played a valuable role with the Manumco.
A lot of our elders who had complex, complicated issues regarding land, he was the go-to guy to deal with them.
Camacho also responded to two of his children receiving land trust leases, but unlike Director Borja, his boss, Camacho says he didn't sign off on anything dealing with his children's applications. His daughter, Jermaine Camacho Kitagua, even went through extra channels to get approved.
She went in front of the board. This board. She went in front of the board and it was approved.
While Leon Guerrero says it's premature to say if Camacho will ever come back to the CLTC, Camacho looks at his almost 10 years in the department fondly, but with sad eyes.
I think I did a lot.
For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
Brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.